How would you react if the things you thought were myths suddenly appeared before you? Stories whispered in villages, legends told by firelight, monsters used to scare children into obedience. But what if they weren't just stories? Tonight we uncover 6 terrifying creatures from around the world, monsters that might walk among us still. Stay until the very end, because the last one may be closer than you think. 1. La Llorona, Mexico. It's late at night, you're walking by a river, the mist curls around your feet, and suddenly, you hear weeping. A woman in white appears. Her dress drips with water, her tangled hair hides her face. She looks fragile, almost angelic. But don't be fooled. This is La Llorona, the weeping woman. Once she was Maria. She loved a man and they had children. But his wealthy family forced him to leave her and marry another. On his wedding day, Maria watched from the shadows. Her heart broke, and in despair, she dragged her children into the river. Their screams echoed as she drowned them, before stepping in herself. But death brought no peace. God cursed her to wander rivers forever, crying for the children she killed. Even now, people swear they hear her sobs. Ay, mis hijos. Oh, my children. Night guards near Santa Anita whisper of her. One claimed he saw her lift her veil, revealing a skull's grin. He collapsed dead on the spot. If you saw her face, would you live long enough to tell the tale? Skeptics say it's just a tale to scare children. But how do you explain the cries drifting through the mist at night? And if La Llorona haunts the rivers, wait until you meet the creature that stalks the living. 2. The Pontianak, Southeast Asia. In Malaysia and Indonesia, one ghost is feared more than any other. The Pontianak, the spirit of a pregnant woman who died in childbirth. She appears pale with long black hair and red burning eyes. Her beauty lures men close before her nails tear them apart. How do you know she's near? The cry of a baby, the stench of decay, or the sweet perfume of plumeria drifting on the night air. If you heard a baby crying in the dark, would you dare to follow the sound? They say she hunts by smell. Fresh laundry left outside after sunset attracts her. That's why many families never hang clothes at night. But there's one way to stop her. Drive a nail into her neck. She transforms into a gentle, beautiful woman, a perfect wife. But remove the nail, and the monster returns. Legend says Sultan Sharif once fired cannons to drive her away. On that ground, a mosque and palace were built. Even today, people fire bamboo cannons during Ramadan to ward her off. Is she just superstition, or proof that grief and rage can twist into something monstrous? But if you thought one spirit was terrifying, the next witch doesn't just haunt you, she devours you. 3. Baba Yaga, Slavic Folklore. Deep in the forests of Eastern Europe lives a witch, Baba Yaga, old, thin, with iron teeth and a nose like a hook. She flies in a mortar, steering with a pestle. Her hut stands on chicken legs, surrounded by a fence of human bones crowned with skulls. Would you dare knock on the door of a house made of bones? Movie fans know the name from John Wick, but the real Baba Yaga is far darker. In one tale, the girl Vasilisa was sent into the forest by her cruel stepmother. With only a magical doll for protection, she entered Baba Yaga's hut lit with flaming skulls. The witch gave her impossible tasks, but the doll helped her complete them. When Baba Yaga threatened to eat her, Vasilisa escaped, carrying a burning skull that destroyed her wicked stepfamily. Baba Yaga is neither good nor evil. She is chaos itself. Sometimes she helps, sometimes she devours. Step into her forest, and you may never leave unchanged. But witches aren't the only monsters out there. In the mountains, something far less human is waiting. 4. The Tikbalang, Philippines. High in the misty mountains of the Philippines lurks the Tikbalang, a towering half-man, half-horse. Its bony frame looms over humans. Its eyes glow in the dark. Its mane whips like fire in the wind. A boy from San Mateo once escaped one. He described a black nightmare, horse face, blade nose, mouth full of teeth. Another, Paulino of Lipa City, thought he saw his mother in the woods, until he realized it was the Tikbalang, wearing her face. He ran only to be found hours later, trembling and lost. They say the Tikbalang curses travelers, leading them in endless circles. The only defense? Turn your shirt inside out. Some say it summons storms and devours its prey. And for women, the fate is darker. Legends say the demon forces them to bear its offspring. Is this beast flesh and blood, or just the embodiment of fear itself? Even now, many locals avoid traveling alone in the mountains at night. And if the Tikbalang twists your path, the next legend will twist your very sanity. 5. The Slit-Mouthed Woman, Kuchisake-onna, Japan. It's late at night. You're waiting for a bus. A woman in a white dress approaches. A surgical mask hides her mouth. She whispers, "Am I beautiful?" Stop. Don't answer. Because there is no safe answer. Say yes. She removes her mask. Her mouth is slit ear to ear. She smiles, then carves the same wound into your face. Say no, and you die. Some claim tricks work, say average, toss candy, or shout pomade before running, but few live to prove it. In the 1970s, the legend spread so much fear that schools arranged escorts so children wouldn't walk home alone. They say she was once a beautiful wife, but when she cheated on her samurai husband, he slit her mouth open. Who will think you're beautiful now? Now she wanders, asking again and again, "Am I beautiful?" If she asked you tonight, how would you answer? Even today, parents warn their children. If a stranger in white asks about beauty, run. But nothing compares to what comes next. A creature that could appear in your own city tonight. 6. The Mothman, USA, West Virginia, 1966. 5 men in a cemetery saw something rise from the trees. Not a bird, a 7-foot humanoid with glowing red eyes and wings wider than a car. 3 days later, a couple near Point Pleasant saw it again. It spread its wings, screeched, and chased their car at terrifying speed. Most sightings happen near the TNT area, abandoned World War II bunkers. Witnesses described overwhelming fear, and soon after, disaster. Some call it a demon, others an angel of warning. Or perhaps the curse of Chief Cornstalk, a Shawnee leader murdered centuries ago. What if every disaster carried a warning, and this was it? Reports of Mothman came before tragedies worldwide. A mine collapse in Germany, the explosion at Chernobyl, even 9/11. Skeptics say it's just a bird, a heron, a crane, but those who saw it swear it was no bird. Today, Point Pleasant embraces the legend, a 12-foot statue, a museum, an annual festival. But believers know the truth. When the Mothman appears, tragedy follows. And maybe the real question is not whether he exists, but whether you'd want to see him at all. So tell me, which of these creatures do you believe in? La Llorona's cries, the Pontianak's rage, Baba Yaga's forest, the Tikbalang's tricks, the Slit-Mouthed Woman, or the Mothman's warning? Comment your answer below, and don't forget to subscribe, because next time we'll reveal secrets even more disturbing than these.